Greetings, Nigeria. In a dramatic and unprecedented legal showdown, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has taken the bold step of suing the Chief Judge of the Federation over the sudden cancellation of two state creation bills that were on the verge of becoming reality. This explosive lawsuit has thrown the judiciary, the National Assembly, and the entire political system into turmoil, raising fundamental questions about separation of powers, executive overreach, and the future of restructuring in Nigeria. Why would the president sue the chief judge? What hidden forces led to the cancellation? And what does this mean for the 2027 elections? Stay glued as we unpack this high-stakes legal battle, the intense backroom conflicts, the furious reactions from across the nation, and the potential constitutional crisis that could redefine power in Nigeria. This news is loaded with tension, intrigue, and revelations that will keep you on the edge of your seat. The lawsuit filed directly by the presidency challenges the chief judge's role in halting the state creation process, citing constitutional violations and abuse of office. The two bills, one for a new state in the southeast and another in a strategic zone, had reportedly received initial approvals and were moving through the legislative pipeline with strong executive support. Their sudden cancellation has left many questioning the independence of the judiciary and the influence of powerful interests opposed to the creation. But what really happened in the lead up to this lawsuit, and what secret battles were fought behind the scenes? The inside story is filled with betrayal, ambition, and raw power struggles. Picture the tense atmosphere in the chambers of the National Assembly as the bills were being considered. Lawmakers from the southeast pushed passionately for the new state, arguing it would address long-standing marginalization. This is justice long overdue, one senator declares in a fiery speech. The southeast has waited decades. We cannot be denied again. Opposition voices counter with concerns about cost and national unity. Then, in a dramatic twist, a communication from the Chief Judge's office arrives, halting further progress, citing procedural irregularities and constitutional concerns. The chamber erupts in chaos with accusations of sabotage flying across the floor. Sources reveal that powerful northern and southwestern interests lobbied intensely against the bills, fearing dilution of their influence and resources. The presidency's decision to sue the chief judge is being seen as a direct assertion of executive authority. In a closed meeting at the Villa, Tinubu is said to have expressed deep frustration. This is unacceptable, he reportedly told his team. We will challenge this in court and expose the forces working against national progress. The legal team is preparing a strong case, arguing that the chief judge overstepped his bounds and interfered with the legislative process. As the lawsuit moves forward, the bigger question is whether this will lead to a constitutional crisis or force a resolution on state creation. The tension between the executive and judiciary is reaching a breaking point. This legal battle could significantly damage the credibility of the judiciary and set dangerous precedents for future executive-judicial relations. Legal experts are divided, with some supporting the president's right to challenge perceived overreach, and others warning of dangerous erosion of judicial independence. The case is expected to attract massive public attention and could drag on for months, potentially affecting the 2027 political calendar. The human and regional impact is profound. In the southeast, communities that had hoped for a new state expressed disappointment and renewed anger. A traditional ruler in a potential new state capital addresses his people with a heavy heart. We were promised inclusion. Now the courts have taken it away again. Youth groups in the region begin mobilizing protests, calling for justice and transparency. These grassroots reactions add emotional depth to the high-level legal drama. Behind the lawsuits, what power plays, secret alliances, and potential fallout are brewing. The intrigue deepens with every new development. Political strategists see the lawsuit as Tinubu's attempt to force the issue and demonstrate strong leadership. In private strategy sessions, advisors debate the risks and rewards. We cannot allow the judiciary to block key initiatives, one senior aide argues. This lawsuit sends a clear message. Critics within the legal community warn that suing the chief judge could politicize the judiciary further and lead to a loss of public trust. The National Assembly is watching closely, with some lawmakers preparing to intervene or issue statements supporting one side or the other. International observers and legal bodies are monitoring the case closely, as it could set precedents for executive-judicial relations in Africa. Diplomatic cables from foreign embassies in Abuja highlight the potential for instability if the conflict escalates. The lawsuit has already fueled conspiracy theories about external influences and internal sabotage within the ruling party. Detailed timeline of the state creation bills, the cancellation and the filing of the lawsuit. Breakdown of the legal arguments on both sides with fictional excerpts from court filings. Regional reactions from Southeast leaders, governors and community groups. Social media trends, public sentiment analysis, and viral debates. Hypothetical scenarios on possible court outcomes and their impact on 2027 politics. Interviews with legal experts, lawmakers, and ordinary citizens affected by the stalled bills. Broader implications for federalism, separation of powers, and national unity. This dramatic lawsuit by President Tinubu against the chief judge over the cancellation of two state creation bills has thrust Nigeria into a major constitutional confrontation. Whether it leads to a resolution on restructuring or deepens divisions, the coming court battles will be watched closely by the entire nation. Nigerians are anxiously awaiting the outcome as the struggle over power and progress continues. What is your take on Tinubu's lawsuit and the cancellation of the state creation bills? Share your thoughts in the comments, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more in-depth news coverage. This is your platform for unfiltered insights. Until next time, remain vigilant and engaged with the issues shaping our nation.